Hi, Emily Neville here. Today I'd like to read and share with you a passage from New Morning Mercies by Paul David Tripp. I've used this book before, and like I just told Austin, I reread it and I reread it every year because I like the passages in it. This one is for September 12th. Grace means you never have to say that it's too hard, that you'd been left on your own, or that you simply don't have enough. You did it 100 times yesterday. You'll do it 100 times today, and you'll do it 100 times more tomorrow. Most of the time, you are completely unaware that you're doing it. It's a major part of what it means to be a rational human being. You never leave your life alone. You are constantly trying to make sense out of situations and experiences of life. We all become theologians and philosophers, no matter what our normal jobs may be in life. Each one of us becomes an archaeologist. We dig through the mounds of our own little lives to make the sense of our civilization that shaped us. Because we all have inner drive for life to make sense, we are all in a constant conversation with ourselves. You really do talk to yourself 100 times a day. Most of us have learned that it's best not to move our lips, or people will think we're a little bit crazy. But we all do it. The things you say to you about yourself, about God, and about life are very, very important because they are formative of the way you act and react to the things that God places in your life. In those silent and private conversations that you have with yourself, you are remembering God's grace, or you're not. When you remember God's grace, you tell yourself that you're not alone, that you're not left to the small batch of your own resources, and that you have been graced with all that you need right here, right now, to be what God has called you to be and do what God has chosen for you to do. When you remember God's grace, you are also reminded of His presence and His promises. Ultimately, human rest is not found in measuring the size of your righteousness, strength, and wisdom against the size of what you're facing. No, true rest is found when you compare the size of what you're facing to the person, presence, character, power, and the grace of the one with whom you are never to be alone. What is God's best gift of grace? The answer is easy: Himself. God knew that our need would be so great that the only gift that would meet our need would not be in a thing or an it. No, grace means that He meets our deepest needs with the greatest, most transformative of gifts. He willingly gives us Himself. Today, as you're having a conversation with yourself one more time, remind yourself of that gift. And as you do, rest in the fact that because you have been given the gift of all gifts, you are never alone and never without the resources you need. May you have a blessed day.